throughout her childhood,
Mm-hmm.
the mantra I used was always stop acting like a girl.
Uh-huh.
Stop acting
Yeah.
like a girl. Because again, I assigned a gender or a genital identity here, and I wanted the child to conform to it. And so whenever the child went outside of what I was expecting, I was quick to correct, don't. And now I realize as an adult, as a parent coach, that it was my own insecurities, my own limitations.
Of course.
Of course, the child knows themselves. Now, that.
Welcome to Journey to Joy Live, a podcast to promote wellness, resilience, and inspire joy. Be empowered to balance your mental, physical, financial, aspirational, and social health while providing mental health awareness and breaking down the stigma of mental illness in the Black community. I'm your host, Dr. NJoy, and I'm here to help you transform life's challenges into opportunities for joy. Let's begin the journey together. Hello, this is the episode everyone has been waiting for, episode 120, Raising Love, Not Limits, a home for queer joy with Dr. Lulu. She calls herself the Momatrician. She's also an LGBTQIA educator and professor. Welcome.
It's about time. We've been trying to get this thing going.
I know, right?
Yes. I'm so excited to be here. So excited to be here.
For sure. Happy Thursday. And October is LGBTQ History Month as well. So,
yay.
Yes. That's why we're here. We're talking about this topic. So tell us more about what you do that I didn't already say.
Oh my God. How much time do you have?
I know, right? You do a lot, huh?
So I think one of the things that people don't realize that I do is I'm an avid karaoke singer.
Oh,
I love
what's your go-to?
And I'm missing karaoke today because of this, because my karaoke is on Thursdays.
Oh, wow.
It starts at 9, so I might be able to still get out.
You should make it. That's hilarious. You go that often.
I go how do I find my joy? I mean, I'm pretty busy, not just working, but also being mom from a distance. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia last year by myself. All my kids have flown the coop, and it's just me, myself, and I.
Wow.
Actually, at the moment there, I went. It was very touchable because my kids were like, "Mom, you have to get a job. You have to get out of the house. You can't be writing things like this on social media." I was like, "Oh." All I wrote was, now I know what it feels like when people want to unlive themselves. Because I was a very dark place. I was by myself.
Yeah.
I just passed away. My best friend passed away 6 weeks with him. And then the kid left me at the same time. So it was like,
oh, wow.
It was really
How long ago was that?
A year and a half ago.
That was just 18 months ago. No way. And look at the joy that you have despite all of that.
Yeah, well, so
right.
I love karaoke. So I go every Thursday to do open mic on Thursdays and karaoke on Wednesdays. But the open mic is also karaoke. So I go if I'm able to on Wednesday, but definitely I go on Thursdays. Definitely.
Wow.
When I'm in town, I'm there. So
that's great. What's your go-to song?
Sade, I have the low voltage voice, so I sing all Sade covers, everything. Yeah.
Yes, I can just hear it. Awesome. Well, that's awesome with your joy. I love how you started out with something like non-work. You're like, this is what I do. I do karaoke weekly.
Yes. And I think what is work, right? Define it. Because if you love what you do, then it technically is not work.
It's life.
So I love what I do for a living, which is multiple things. And when I was growing up, my dad was is a retired 2-star Nigerian Air Force general, and rose to the ranks of like the highest. And my whole life, I was identified as my father's daughter. So I made sure everything in my power to chart my own course and be my own person. And so my dad calls me Dr. Lulu now. He calls me Dr. Lulu, the activity. He says, you're always doing something. So he calls me activity.
That's so awesome. Well, you call yourself the Momatrician. So
Yes.
what does that mean? I know you are a pediatrician by
And a
training.
mom.
How
And a
did a
mom.
pediatrician become a Momatrician?
Well, I'm a mom and a pediatrician. I think it's in that order. In that order. At least in my priority, I'm a mom and then a pediatrician. It was pretty straightforward. There's a doctor who I forget her name. She's a
Mhm.
pediatrician, but she's Pete's doc or something. I forget her name. PD mom or something like that.
Oh,
I
nice.
forgot
Okay.
her name. So I
Uh-huh.
was like, I need something cool like that.
Oh, I
So
love it.
I came up with Momatrician, and then I was just chilling. And then one day I introduced myself as a Momatrician, and another
Oh.
pediatrician said, "Oh, I love that. Can I use it?" I said, "No." So I trademarked it that night.
Yes. That's nice. Well, you know, what I gather from it, because pediatrician is a doctor for the kids, right? And what I gathered from Momatrician was that you're not only a doctor for the kids, but you also are, like, do parent training and teaching parents how to be better parents. That's what I gathered from it. Is that a part of it too?
I mean, it's all part of it. It's all part of who I am, and
Yeah.
I for the longest time, as we were talking before we went on air, for the
Mhm.
longest time, my identity was a boy mom. For the
Mm.
longest time as an adult, I'm a single mother. I raised 3
Yeah.
children. So when
Wow.
my eldest came out as transgender, I had to
Mm.
change that to, "Wait, it's no longer boy mom, then what is it?" And I was like, "It's just a
Oh,
mom. It's just a mom. I don't need to be boy mom or girl mom to I'm already a
love
mom."
it.
And
Yeah.
so I really love my mother role. I think
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
talk about wearing many hats, and I
Mhm.
said the most beautiful, the heaviest, the most complicated, the most enduring hat that I wear is the mom hat. But it's
Mhm.
also the heaviest one because I have a kid who's trans in today's
Yeah.
America, trans woman for that matter, who's 28 years old and living in
Mhm.
Texas. So it's a very
Mm.
hard hat to wear.
Yeah.
So I have
Yeah.
to find ways to just joy the F up because I don't know if they cuss in your show. Um, or the, joy the F up of my life, off of
Up
my
to
life.
you,
Yeah.
up to you.
Yeah. So I do that. But I'll tell you something. I was listening to somebody on Instagram yesterday,
Mm,
and the lady said, "You know, I want you to know that you think it's your coaching, you think it's your content, you think
mhm,
it's your book, you
mhm.
think it's all these things, but actually it's your energy that people."
Ah, yeah, people are attracted
Oh
to
my
that.
God.
It's
Yeah.
you, because your brand
Yeah.
is you, not what you produce.
Yes. And she nailed it. And I woke up and I was like, oh, it's me. But the reason I'm telling you that is because my coach, one of my 3 coaches had told me, she said, this confidence thing, I've been telling you about it. You just radiate so much confidence. And I was like, really? She said, yes. She said, but I know why to you it's not a big deal because
Mhm.
everyone in my DM, like, I want something confidence this and no, confidence that. And I was like, why are they all talking about confidence around me? She said, because you exude so much confidence. I'm like, really? She said, but I know why you don't recognize it because it's always come natural for you. And
Natural.
I was like,
That's really
oh.
good. That's
So
awesome.
that with the
Living
other.
authentically, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
Ooh.
that with the other thing of the energy thing. I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So I don't know
Yeah.
where I was going with that, but
Well, we're talking about parents who are raising
yeah.
LGBTQIA kiddos. You just mentioned that your oldest is transgender. So tell us about all of that. How did you come to find out? How did that lead into you coaching other parents who are dealing with it? The whole spectrum.
Ah, again, how much time do you have? I think I'll begin by saying every parent knows. I
Mm.
dare to say that because I know in my case, I'm 100% N of one. So even though when I did my first TED talk, they said, well, it might be anecdotal. I said, every parent knows. Every parent knows that there's something about this kid. They might not
Mhm.
know what it is, but every
Mhm.
parent knows. We have an intuition. We have a premonition. And so when my eldest was between 9 and 18 months, I told my mom, I said, I think the baby's gay.
Whoa!
And
Why'd you
my
do that back
mom,
then?
I don't know. Like I said, my mother's always, oh, that's my first child. You know that. It's not like
Months.
I've had a child before, but I'm a pediatrician. I mean, physicians, this is life. We have patients, we see our patients, we know these things. So anyway, I told my mom, and my mom said, "Bring the holy water." So I'm holding the bottle because she's like,
Oh.
"Bring the holy water. Don't you ever say that about my grandchild again." And I think the context is I'm
Yeah.
Nigerian.
Mhm.
And in Nigeria,
Mhm.
having a firstborn male
Mhm.
is shiznit. Everybody wants to have especially Igbo land where I'm from. Everybody wants to have a firstborn male. It's the patriarchy, It's a paternalistic society that we live in. That my first name is Uchenna. Uchenna
Mhm.
means God's will.
Nice.
And I made up the story that when I was born, my parents were disappointed that I wasn't a boy. And so
Mm.
they named me God's will. And here's why. And I'm
Oh.
like, "Well, I guess it's God's will." But here's why my story is truer than, even though I made it up myself,
Mhm.
because my language, of course. When my brother who came after me was born,
Yeah.
his name is Ifa Nacho.
Mhm.
Ifa Nacho means the child we desire,
Oh my goodness.
the child we're looking for.
Yeah.
So what am I, chopped liver?
Ouch.
So
Exactly, like, oh my god.
I know. So obviously I'm a woman of a certain age. It doesn't
Mhm.
bother me anymore. It's a good story to tell. And it
Yeah.
makes sense when I tell it because truly in our country, we're
Yeah.
extremely, in West Africa, in Nigeria, in most Black world, there's a
Mhm.
lot of remnants of colonization, lots of remnants of a paternalistic society. So they really they crave sons, just like
Yeah.
now. Just like
Yeah.
now, the word woman is on the banned list. According to today's
Mm.
administration, the word woman, not
Mm.
the word
Mhm.
man, you
Yeah.
know? Bands of
Mhm.
our hands of our bodies. Isn't that what they say? So when my kid was born, we
Yeah.
assigned the child a male. And I have to say that with my full chest, because that's what we do. We
That's what you're saying
assign
now. Yeah.
gender identities to children. But the truth is, what we're really assigning to them is a genital identity.
Mhm.
Because all we see is their
Mhm.
genitalia.
Mhm.
Gender identity is a deep, personal, internal sense of self.
How you identify.
Yeah, so it's no one can tell you, you see, no one can tell you that. Gender identity is purely my decision, my lived experience. I know gender expression.
Mhm.
So I talk about for trans kids because my kid is trans, but really for all queer people, I say at the point of the identity, we're safe. The
Mhm.
moment express it, we're no
Okay.
longer safe. Because that's when someone say, wait,
Oh, yeah, because somebody's
yeah?
questioning it. People are
Yes.
starting to
So if
understand
I
it
know that I'm
more.
trans or I'm non-binary, non-binary especially, if I don't say anything as a non-binary
Mhm.
person,
Mhm.
you will never know because you just think I'm a woman, right? But
Mhm.
the day I tell you I'm non-binary, all of a sudden you're like, how long have you
Like
known? Or
like, what does that mean? Yeah.
what does
They've
that mean?
known way longer before they told you, that's for sure.
Actually, I'm a pediatrician, so I can say this with my full chest that gender identity, it becomes obvious at the age of 18 months to 2 years for
Hmm.
all children.
Oh, obvious to the kid themselves. Got it. Yeah,
Of
yeah, yeah, that
course.
makes
I
sense.
mean,
That makes sense.
coming
Right.
back to the term gender identity, that's
Yeah.
why I
Yeah, yeah.
defined it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So 18 months to 2 years. So when you
Yeah.
ask a 2-year-old child, are you a boy or a girl? They will
Yeah,
tell you
yeah.
their gender
Say
identity.
no.
Okay. I say that because of the next thing I'm going to say.
Okay.
When a child is therefore transgender or gender diverse or non-binary or agender or trigender or bigender or two-spirit or anything
Mhm.
other than cisgender,
Yeah.
because of external influences, that child at the age of 2 will be conforming
Wait,
to
say that again. You
external
you glitched
cues.
out. You
Okay.
glitched out. You said they'll become what?
Oh, okay. Conforming. They'll be conforming. They will
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
conform to
Mhm.
what they are being told the entire time. They're
Yeah.
cosplaying.
Okay.
They're cosplaying. So I want parents to hear me when I say, I usually slow down when I say that because I want people at the back to hear that number one is we assign the gender to the child, but
Mhm.
really It's a genital identity that we assign to the child because we're only seeing the external genitalia. We're not even seeing the internal genitalia. So if the child is intersex, we don't even know, right? Unless they have a very obviously ambiguous genitalia. And this is going into medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we say, well, okay, so what is it? And unfortunately, in today's medicine, today's orthodox medicine, when it's ambiguous, we default to female. That's not the same thing
Really?
as the child's gender. Yes, that's not the same
Like
thing
they would
as the
default to
child's
male.
gender identity, which is up here.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gender, it's sex versus gender identity. It's different, the sex versus that. So
exactly. But what do we assign? We loudly assign gender because we think
we say it's
gender, but
gender,
really
but
sex,
it's really the
right?
sex.
So, but it's really sex, exactly. And that's a little bit deeper for those who would like to learn more. Holla at your girl, right? But I mean, just for the sake of just conversation, gender is actually a societal construct. It's actually made up.
Now, what happens? Let me ask you this, because my 4, almost 5-year-old is actually sitting over here on the couch. When he was about 3, almost 4, he would say, "I'm a girl, look at me," and laugh about it. But then, of course, now he's talking about being a boy. So let's talk about that too, because sometimes parents, they start to be like, "Uh-oh, are they transgender?" But then they're not. So is that just like
Yeah,
a phase they go through? They just
I love
joking?
that. I love the question. So the first thing is my kid did the exact same thing. And I don't know if you remember the word I said, conforming.
Yeah. That's why I started thinking about it when you said conforming.
I said that with my full child because my transgender daughter, when she was 3, I mean, I stopped at 18 months. We didn't talk about it anymore. But when she was between 3 and 9, she would always come and say, "Mom, look at me. I'm a girl. Look at my hair. It's long." And I'd be like, "No, you're not. Watch this.
Oh, that's
Watch this.
my son.
Watch this. Watch this." The child would come home and wear a sweater around her waist and say, "Mom, look, I've got a skirt like a girl." I'd be like, "No, you're not." So depending on who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about, I tell that story. I said, throughout her childhood, the mantra I used was always, "Stop acting like a girl. Stop acting like a girl." Because again, I assigned a gender or a genital identity here, and I wanted the child to conform to it. And so whenever the child went outside of what I was expecting, I was quick to correct, don't. And now I realize as an adult, as a parent coach, that it was my own insecurities, my own limitations.
Of course it is.
Because of course, the child knows themselves. Now, that said, children can be cosplaying, children can be transgender, children can be bigender, two-spirit, non-binary. But here's the thing. When a child is truly that, there are 3 things that they do.
Okay.
They're insistent, they're persistent, and they're consistent.
Okay. Yeah,
So
he's not all those things.
Well, I don't know. This is not about your child.
No, I know, but I'm making it. I'm
comparing.
comparing.
Go ahead and see, because the truth about it is, my child told me at the age of 22, and some parents don't even get told. Why? Because of the response that we give. A lot of times, children tell their auntie, their uncle, their best friend, their teacher, their coach. I told my aunt when I was 11 that I didn't say I thought, I said, I like boys and I like girls. And you know what my aunt said? She said, "You're going to go straight to hell. Don't ever say that again." So what did I do? I didn't say that again. I didn't say that again. And so when I was 16, I told my dad, only because I knew my dad was going to read it in my yearbook because somebody had written it in my yearbook. Said, "I know you like girls, you're homosexual." And I was like, "Ooh, let me tell my dad," right? And when I told my dad, what did my dad say? "Oh, I think it's a phase." So again, everything is based on, it's based on my own knowledge and what I know.
Or fear.
Listen, I wrote a whole book on this. I wrote a whole 39-chapter book, this big. I have to grab it and show it to you. It's this thick on this. Took me 3.5 years to research this.
Oh, wow.
I'm not joking. Like, it's now a textbook at Morehouse and PCOM and Advocate Health in Macon, Georgia. Some of the medical schools I can get it into. I'm trying to get it into Grady and Emory. I mean, look,